A lot of people have been like, oh, I can't believe Spider-Man didn't win Game of the Year. I think it definitely should have been Spider-Man. And, Baldur's Gate 3 is just not very good in comparison. It's just, top down, really slow, turn-based combat. It sucks. And you can try to explain it to people exactly how good it is and how varied it is and robust it is in terms of what you can do and player agency. But that doesn't really mean a whole lot. But there was a video that went up by Momo O'Brien, and it's like a 40-minute video where she breaks down how she fell in love with Baldur's Gate 3. And it's a very, very good video. Just look up Momo O'Brien and Google or on YouTube and go subscribe to her. She doesn't put out a lot of videos. It's like once every few months, but very, very good videos. Highly, highly recommend. I found her through this Twitter post, though, of this clip that was going around. And it's a clip from her video. As she says, this is from my YouTube video about Baldur's Gate 3, by the way. Sorry if it sounds weird. I had to speed it up to fit in all of the stories onto Twitter, which perhaps adds to my point. And it's just a quick little 2-minute thing, but it explains in one little quest why Baldur's Gate 3 is so good. And I think it does a very good job of it. So let me just play it for you. And again, go subscribe to Momo, follow her on Twitter. This is probably... somebody sent it to me. It was like, I think this is the best explanation of why it's good. And I think that that's true. I think this is probably the best explanation in 2 minutes of why Baldur's Gate 3 is Game of the Year.
For context, one of the first missions you're given is to go rescue this man Halsin in the middle of a goblin camp. During my all-nighter, I gathered all the goblins by playing a little ditty and then carefully planned out an ambush so I could attack them all at once. A lot of other people also planned out an ambush by putting grease on the stairs, ice on the bridge, using a spell that locks all the doors. Someone fully sold out the good guy location so they could assassinate the leader once they were left alone. Someone was attempting to ambush everyone but then got caught freeing a prisoner and had to fight their way out. Someone woke up the drunk goblins and then gave them more booze so they'd pass out again. And this person poisoned the punch bowl at the party. Some people threw their enemies into the spider pit. Other people befriended the spiders and caused a spider uprising, including Luxy Games, who— wait, Luxy Games?
I cannot believe the spiders are working for us.
Some people tried to charm all the goblins. Other people placed a bunch of oil barrels and then blew everything up. Some of these answers mentioned, oh, I brought Saza along. And I was like, wait, who the hell is Saza? And then I remembered Saza is this random goblin that you meet at the good guy camp for like 2 minutes. This person was playing with their partner who got arrested and then turned into a cat to go rescue them. I also got arrested. But then I was like, wait, I got thrown in the dungeon. The place we're supposed to be rescuing Halsin from. In the playthrough you are going to see, I met a character named Priestess Gut. She gave me a sleeping potion, I pass out, I wake up in a dungeon in chains. However, when Brizzy Voices was in the exact same scenario— Brizzy Voices— when she was in the exact same scenario, she was given the sleeping potion, but was playing a drow. And apparently, sleeping potions do not work on drow, so Priestess Gut got mad and attacked her. But
Like, so much variability, so many levels of just little bitty detail. You have the poison in your inventory. You think you have to apply it to a weapon, or you can just put it in the punch bowl and then they drink it and then they get poisoned. Or she mentioned, if you want to betray the tieflings and let them all go, tell the goblins where they are and let all the goblins go to the tieflings to clear them out. They'll kill all of the tieflings, but they'll leave the leader of the goblin camp behind and you can go assassinate them really quickly. There are so many little bitty things that have been accounted for that you probably didn't even think of. So many. It's hard to even fathom. And it's why, seriously, when people joke, and I said this in my review when the game came out, I don't know how they made this game. I don't know how it exists, because there are so many thousands of little bitty things that can all come in. The one I saw recently was that there was it a spell or a scroll or a weapon or something? There was something that had multipliers on its damage based on the amount of gold in the inventory of the target. So what this person did is they went into stealth with one of their characters and squad mates, and then went in, pickpocketed the big boss that they were fighting with 300 HP or something, dumped in all of the gold that they had been saving up for the whole playthrough into their pockets, and then hit them with this attack that multiplied based on every 100 gold they had in their inventory, and so one-shotted them. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. There's so many little bitty details in here that it's just unbelievable this game even exists. Spider-Man 2 makes sense. It's Insomniac. They did a really good Insomniac game. It's kind of exactly what you would expect it to be, and it's very good. But Baldur's Gate 3 is just ridiculous. no part of it existing makes any sense. It's wild.
And someone else said they
Yeah, it's pay to win. I guess that one technically was. That was, yeah, you shove a bunch of gold in their pockets and then, yeah, I guess so.
potions do not work on Drow, so Priestess Gut got mad and attacked her. But then someone else said they defeated Priestess Gut by dropping a chandelier on her. And someone apparently seduced her and killed her in her bedroom. Some people sided with the goblins by accident. A lot of people sided with the goblins on purpose, which means there's an alternate timeline out there where the goblins are just hanging out in the good guy zone. And in my current playthrough, I got through the goblin camp by smearing shit on my face.
I can't believe you did it! You stupid idiot! Go on, mate. Enjoy the festivities. You earned it.
And all of the goblins in the camp acknowledged that I had poo on my face.
You look like you've been kissing a wolf's backside.
Look on you. Looking good, you dunger. Who suits you? And what are you?
Who suits you?
Stink on your face. That tongue on your mug's making my eyes water.
I would open up my menu, and there would be poo on my face, and flies buzzing around my head. I had a status effect for the poo on my face. And I would like to remind you that that is just one mission. That is one quest in the entire area of Act 1.
And she didn't even go into some of the other strategies that people have come up with for that one encounter. Okay. Like, and that's Act 1, which is decently large. Like if you do everything in Act 1, it's, I don't know, like maybe 25, 35, 40 hours. I know some people were like, I've spent 60 hours in the game and I'm still in Act 1. I honestly don't know how you spend 60, 70 hours in Act 1 alone. But I guess some people have been able to do it. But with this, I mean, the level of variability and player agency, which to be clear, in case, you know, I'm just throwing stuff out, player agency just means giving players the ability to effectuate change in the world and with characters and gameplay. You know, a game that's on rails, so maybe like a Last of Us Part 2, during very specific sequences where you have to do exactly what they're instructing you to do and go to exactly this place and do exactly this thing, that lacks player agency. Okay, that is you experiencing a story and you're on these tight rails to go and do exactly what you're supposed to. Baldur's Gate 3 is the opposite. Baldur's Gate 3 tells a fantastic story, but it tells it while retaining player agency, not robbing you of it. And that's what makes it so freaking special, is that it can tell remarkable stories that are memorable and great and impactful, while also giving players the ability to do it themselves in whatever way they want, and they've accounted for it, both narratively and in terms of gameplay. And in some ways, they also just straight up embrace you breaking the game. Like they are okay if you go and find a way, like I mentioned earlier, to one-shot that boss. A lot of other developers would be like, no, we don't want you to one-shot the boss. That kind of defeats the purpose of the boss fight. Why would we let you do that? But Baldur's Gate 3, just like D&D in a lot of ways, they will let you break the game because that's part of it. Like, yeah, if you were resourceful enough to break the game, good on ya. Good on ya. Love it. Good job. Hope you can find another way to break it, you know? Like, that's what it does so well. Yeah, it would be like in The Last of Us Part 2, if they not only let you kill Abby, if they also let you, like, get in a romance with Abby, and then also if you wanted to go and with Abby create, like, an effigy of Joel and of Abby's dad, and then those two effigies become, like, into a sub-game where it turns into, like, It Takes Two, and it's effigies of Joel and whatever his name was, running around, completing puzzles. Like, it would be the opposite in a lot of ways of The Last of Us Part 2. And to be clear, I think both games and both styles of game have their place. They both are trying to do different things. But that's why it makes it all the more amazing and impressive that Baldur's Gate 3 is a thing. Because it has a very robust combat system. It has an incredibly robust narrative itself. And then it also has tons of voice acting. Every decision has been accounted for, as far as I can tell. And frankly, and I'm not joking, I have not come up with something in Baldur's Gate 3 where I've wondered, I wonder if this works. And then it doesn't. Every time I've ever thought, I wonder if I could do that, it works. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it changes how you play games because so many players are used to following the rules and staying within the lane that the developers have set. But in Baldur's Gate 3, they're just like, yeah, no, break it, whatever. Yeah, figure out how to break it. And that is so wildly impressive. Granted, Baldur's Gate 3 took about 6 years to make. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. But it is that good because it's a game with amazing direction, a fantastically talented team, and a freaking massive budget as well. I mean, that's that's another part of it. I'll tell you what, that's a big part of it. Big part of it. He took my thing.